All right, so now we're talking about the last three steps in the four-step practical problem-solving method. Okay, first step, if you remembered, that we talked about before, was planning. Okay, step number 2 is going to be doing. That's activities of actually executing your plan. 3, along with that, we're going to talk about checking as you're doing to make sure that you're meeting the requirements of what you had set out to accomplish. And the last fourth one, we'll spend a little bit more time talking about later. That is called act on all of those things, those previous 3 steps. Okay? Talk about that a little bit later. Now, those 4 steps, though, are related in a cycle. Come a little bit closer this way. Okay, the cycle. From plan to do, down to check, back up to act, and then around. Cycle, cyclic, circular. Oh, okay, goes round and round. It's not a straight line motion back and forth. You may get planning, doing, come down to a check, and find out something didn't quite go right. You're going to jump back up to a replan, and then come back down to redo, and then check again. All right, I want you to think in the end, how does that support the methods of lean, which is focusing on adding value and eliminating waste. We'll come also back to that one at the end. But enjoy watching this unfold. And what I will also say is each of these steps don't necessarily take the same amount of time. Planning, if you do it correctly, may be pretty time consuming. The doing also may be pretty involved. In this project, it took me probably a week and a half or so to get everything of doing to come together correctly. So each element does not take necessarily the same amount of time, but hopefully at the front end of things, take some time, a little bit more time to get it right in the end. Okay? So watch what unfolded to get to be at this status.
Kiddo, so yeah, I might actually have a problem. But anyway, going to Home Depot, guess what? I have another tape measure, and yeah, let's go. These look cool. Yeah, not looking for not what I really think that I'm gonna need there. But nope, that's the last spotting of what I was looking for. But let's keep moving. Now that's the ticket. There it is. All right, so here we go. All right, well, we'll see what we're putting in here. Ooh, decent care and all that. Well, why do you think I brought this thing here? All right, and based off that, now, oh, does it have the one? Oh, wait a minute. There was we may have to ask on this one. There was another version. Oh, but, well, let's take our measurements. All right, what do we think? There we go. We got 3 feet, 4 feet, so we're gonna have some room. And then depth-wise, what do we got to do? Yeah, what do you know? 24 inches. So looks like it's gonna meet the requirements. Oh, we're gonna see. There was another version that had some features that I liked. See if they got it in there. But wait a minute, over there. Oh, nope, don't get distracted. Sometimes you just gotta keep the blinders on. Let's go see if we can find some help. We did the search. They got what I'm actually looking for. That forklift right now is getting down the pallet. There will be some assembly required, but that's actually kind of good on the circumstances. And then my resolve could only hold out so long, but wait a minute. I've been waiting for this thing for a while, and they've got it finally. Now, this had been on my hit list of things to do. Maybe the most expensive milk carton ever, but we're gonna see. I've had my eyeballs on this, and you know what? It may come into the teaching sphere here. And then guess what? They got more of these on hand. You're gonna see this is all gonna come in. Yes, I may need an intervention, but for now, I'm still getting paid as a teacher, so away we go. Sensing and good teamwork lifting. There we go. Onto a cart.
It's hard to be 6 feet apart.
Well, it is almost 6 feet. It's 52 inches, so you got to stay one shipping box length away. Now, hopefully, yeah, thank you. Okay, so next day, we've got bed of the truck. It's bright and beautiful outside. We got to get this box Gross weight, 134.72 pounds according to the box. 2-person lift. Yeah, okay. Alright, gotta get that. Ooh, you probably want to take the overall length of the box too. But just measuring it, it's 3 feet wide. There. It's gotta fit into this space. Oh, my. Down this way. Now, if I didn't move anything at all... Oh, man, we got kitchen bags. Oh, there's the dog getting angry. Don't have 36 inches through there right now. Okay. Yeah, I've got some prep work to clear stuff out of the way. And then ideally, I would like to clear out space so that I could set the box down and assemble it somewhat in place over here. But, this thing too. This has got to go out. So there is still prep work to do before I can even start assembling this desk. So the workspace is now cleared out. Relatively here, the table will be assembled down in this space. The big, huge, heavy desk that was there is now out there. Next operation, move desk in and assemble. This is the desk as it currently stands. We're going to be dealing with this, so you would have seen the whole process of putting this thing together and all that. But now I've had this for a few days, and, well, this is a monitor that was just, I've been using for the last however many years because it was around, and it's humongous, and it's really not a monitor, it's more of a TV, and on this current tabletop setup that I've got, it is just way too massive. Plus, as I'm doing more design work and things, is what my standard practice using SolidWorks and Fusion 360, and now having to do lots of video editing and the like, I actually need a monitor with different capabilities, so I've decided to try out a monitor that's actually designed more around graphic design and stuff. So we're going to see what it looks like now making a slight change and hopefully an improvement to reduce the size of the monitor, have a monitor that has different features to it, and we're gonna see. Okay, not exactly full lean methodology, but I definitely noticed a problem, and I'm gonna have to use a little bit of technology, and I had my desired requirements, and we're gonna see how this works out. No, the guard dog didn't. You didn't indicate that someone was here, baby. Oh, well, thanks, Luna, for not barking at the delivery person. Oh, see how this went. Oop. This one we gotta get inside before any rain. Showed up a day early. That's value. Good old Amazon reducing that whole wait time and non-value added shipping concerns. It's expected Tuesday, but let's see what we got. Did they send the right thing? More than likely, yes. Now is it undamaged during shipping? Also, hopefully so. Alright, box within a box, as usual. Alright, I think it showed up. Kind of what I was expecting. This is my desk. What I'll call, like, the second turn iteration. I got a fancy new monitor after replacing that one that was down there. I can't remember if I had gotten the whole pictures of the setup before, but I'll mock it up. So the other monitor was just too big and didn't have the right resolution. And then I decided to finally get something I had been looking at for a while, which is kind of this cool. Let's see, I've got SolidWorks up here. Oh, so this cool function of here. This is a touch drawing tablet, or excuse me, a monitor that uses a stylus for art type work in this design. So that was a step up, a decision I made that was going to be functionality and value that I needed to see in this system. But once I got this monitor, as cool as it is and everything, it comes with a mount under normal use circumstances for most people probably would work okay. You gotta pull a little lever back here. Uh-oh. Thunk. Could you see a potential problem there? Whoa. Uh-oh. This nice fancy monitor I just got goes tumbling to the ground. Now, I have to kind of reach over the top, and now that's kind of sitting upright there. It's not sitting quite flat, because there's hard to see, but there's power cables under there that are getting in the way. And how much usable desktop space do I have now once this is down here? Well, not a huge amount. This monitor that makes its reappearance here. Monitor that's 13 inches tall there, plus a little bit, 14 inches, is now taking up a whole bunch of usable tabletop space here, my 24 inches there. It's kind of tough to get this here. All right, keyboard, or if I wanted to write, you can see notes. Oh, old awful driver's license there. Get that out of the way. Yeah. Hey, yeah, you get, see, cleanup. There's going to be next phases to this thing here. Project in a moment. But anyway, as I ramble on, you can see that that's not optimal. What did just show up after I had kind of thought through and planned here, that may be a fix. We'll see how it works. Good old Amazon there. Showed up quickly, but there you go. You can see I still work along the way. I am thinking through what worked, what didn't work, and what other additional improvements need to be made. Has it been functional so far? Yeah, for what I need to do, it's been functioning, but long term, not ideal. And I'm just committing to getting this done in a quick fashion, okay, and going with it. It is taking a little bit of money here, which I do have, okay, but yeah, that's all fallen into kind of plans and checking how it works and really getting what needs to be done to finish this, to solve this problem in a short time frame. Levi, what do you think? This whole original plate was kind of cool concept. If you push on that, it'll allow it to either lay flat or pull on it to raise up. Where we're gonna go with this, buddy? Yep. Push on that. Cool. This is just gonna get set aside, but push on it again, buddy. We're gonna get it somewhere in the middle. We're gonna loosen up these two screws. Because what's gonna end up happening is we gotta get this new mounting plate. Hopefully that fits the standard, mounted up onto the monitor. Okay. Levi, we got the backing plate off. The old backing plate's off. We got these little rubber grommets on the in-between. They give us new fasteners here. And these 4 washers. Wait, Levi, wait. What you want to do? Slide a washer onto, other way. How does it fit? There you go. And then watch this. We're going to lay the plate. What's it going to fit? Oh, looks like it goes to the inner pattern. Do they just line up? Yep, pick one. And then our favorite tool brand there. Which way are you going to twist it?
Righty-tighty.
And you're going lefty-loosey right now, so go the other way. There you go. Alright, you see how that works? Keep running it in.
No, let's show what type it is.
I don't know, there you go. Yeah, yeah, brand pride there. Okay, great. That's a great tool. They're great tools, but these are ours. Alright, cool. You go, bud. Keep it going. Pretty cool, buddy. What's the last step here, do you think? I don't have power yet, and there are guides here to run the cables through. If I don't pinch myself here, so that last little step, I have to do it, but it looks like it's going to be pretty neat. Wait a minute. Here you go. We're going to have to lift this up out of the way so we can get our keyboard out. There's that. That's holding. That's kind of cool. And then look at this. Oh, voila. Keyboard's in there. I think we're going to still need to do this. We're going to go look off here. Oh, who's that?
Zoe.
Yeah.
Zoe.
Me.
Matt. You.
And
you.
me. And Mr. Foreman and Zoe. Look at that. We got that going. Wow. What do you think? Look at how much table space we've got. But still, we're going to leave room for some clutter. And then we have to bend it the correct direction. But that could then come down and pivot if I want to. Oh, what just popped off? Probably one of the guides again. I don't know.
Yeah,
Hey, I think that's a pretty...
guide.
Oh, no. Guide came popping off. All right. We'll see how that holds up. We can fix that. But yes, after having to do this, cable management is an issue. Can you see a potential future improvement? But you think we made our...
Okay, and a guide
popped off. Yeah, a guide popped off. Now, we'll move all the rest of the stuff we don't need here. Do you see other potential improvements here, Levi? Is this clean or is this messy?
Messy, but
yeah,
clean.
it's quite messy. That is cool, though, the function of this.
Clean.
Oh, our good old fancy fun time. SolidWorks. Now that we've kind of watched through everything and seen how everything unfurled, let's talk about the last and fourth step of the lean practical problem-solving method, and that is to act. All right. And in that act step, what it really focuses on is identifying from the solution that you came up with, what you could standardize or reuse to solve other problems in the future, to make problem solving later on easier. Okay. Now, some of the things on this problem specifically that I addressed, and actually let's step back for a second too and talk about standardized. What does that mean? Well, really it's to make something consistent or uniform, or I think what I just said a moment ago, repeatable, something you can repeat over and over again, that makes life more uniform, more consistent, and hence more likely that you're going to be able to do things well, quickly, and easily, and not make mistakes. Eliminate waste. Okay. Now, on this particular project and solving this particular problem, some things that you might not have completely noticed or identified as standardized, I will illuminate here. Okay. So, the things that in my mind were standardized, that I standardized or acted upon to make standard, the fact that this whole system is on casters and wheels and has its mobility. It utilizes standardized casters so I can move this station around if I need to in the future.
and have it still be functional. Let's go back a little bit that way. All right. Okay. Now, another thing that was hidden in there, that tray that is actually holding the computer that wasn't as a part of the desk initially, you might recognize that from something out there in the shop if you've had a chance to weld. Well, I put my thinker onto something that could hold something of that size, and what did you think I thought of? Well, a MIG welder or a TIG welding box. And the trays that were being utilized to do that just happened to fit pretty perfectly here, the computer tower that I had. So that was a standardized method that I already had come up with to hold something of that same size. So I used that one. The drawers. The fact that I didn't buy that first desk that went up and down, it was just the flat tabletop. In the videos when I said, there was one that I was looking for with another feature, well, it was the fact that it had drawers, kind of standard sized drawers already attached to the desk. That was another method of standardization for the solution that I kind of pre-knew I sort of wanted. I was willing to pay a little bit extra for. Another standardized thing, it may not make a lot of sense, but the fact that this table can go up, which it's doing right now, and it can go down. I have other desks and work surfaces here in my garage office, and that ability to move up and down allows me to have common work heights to the other workbenches I have in here if I need it later on. So a feature on this desk was its ability to move up and down, so I also can stand up to work and sit down is kind of nice as well. Yet another thing is the monitor mount. When I went through the whole thing, I had my huge monitor, and then I decided to plunk down the money for a nicer, smaller monitor with some other features that I'll get to later. But then that smaller monitor, that with its fancy, awesome features, its standard working holding mount was standard to that monitor, but it didn't work for my purpose. And guess what? My way to overcome that and act or make a decision and then act to standardize things was to go onto Amazon and find flex mount and desk mounted flex mount monitor mounts that fit with a standardized pattern. It was already on the monitor, and that now gives me the ability to move my monitor up, down, around, and not have nearly so much space taken up. So it can actually fit a keyboard and other things. Yeah, so like the keyboard and my ridiculously sized post-it notes have a space to sit on the desk as I work. Okay. Now, you're going to see some examples of standardization also that we're hopefully going to work towards in the shops at school. Now, I make light of my fascination and fixation with this particular brand here. You can see all around. Well, that feeds back into my overall arching and why likely in the shop we're going to start standardizing on some of these tools as well. Reason being, be right back. Their system, like other brands, they've got batteries, and that particular brand, you can get big batteries, small batteries. It plugs into whether you have their 18 volt or their 12 volt system. They all fit together. There's a wide variety. There's a standardization to it. Now, I was messing, like when I went to Home Depot and I picked up that thing there, it's because I have also now decided that Milwaukee has a very nice standardizable modular storage system. Okay, I'm not gonna pitch it too much, but for me, I've decided that that works really well for my storage. You can see these slats on the walls back here. Okay, those are actually what are called French cleat systems that allow me, I installed those on the wall, a standardized approach to how I can now store all of my stuff. Okay, where I'm going with this is where we're going to get together. All right, other things that are standardized that I've decided to standardize in my shop at home, I have some uniform methods of storage of smaller stuff. This is going to come into play at a later on a project that you're going to get involved with. Okay? But this concept of acting to standardize is a really important one that hopefully as you gain some more experience in life, you're going to find out what things work well for you. Okay? Whether it's team red, team yellow, team whatever, what your favorite style of storage box or something like that. All I can say is that standardization and making some things uniform in your life, especially out in the working place, the better off things go in the long term. You have to make fewer decisions overall. You're going to make fewer mistakes because you're already kind of comfortable with the system. And if you do have to make major changes, sometimes, yeah, that is painful, but you can kind of change from one whole system and uniformly change to another identified system. And it does actually sometimes make change easier. Okay? So that's the big thought and concept. Now, I do want you to think about, as I asked before, yeah, what are some of the ways that that we've standardized in the shop at Oak Ridge? What are some things that have been standardized in the shop there? What maybe could get standardized better? And in your own life, do you have some things that you have decided to act and standardize on too, to refine and simplify things? Think on that. But anyway, that's kind of wrapping up the whole lean, practical problem-solving methods. And hopefully you will be able to take these, and we are gonna consistently use these methods to solve problems in Oak Ridge manufacturing classes, all 3, 4, however many years you're involved with it. And I really do hope that you can apply these skills, are very applicable in other areas of your life as well. Okay? So, pretty cool, huh? Yeah. Go Team Red. Woo!